Good Thursday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldrich, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. It is Thursday. It is the 19th of December. We're just 6 days away from Christmas. Are you ready? Have you done all your shopping? Have you done all your gift wrapping? Maybe you haven't even started. Maybe you're some like folks who are just like, I need to figure out what I'm going to get for someone at this Christmas season. And if that's the case, you got time to do it. But obviously, temperatures are a lot colder this morning than they were yesterday. In fact, yesterday we were in the 50s, mid-50s at that. But right now it's 42 in Knoxville, McGee-Tyson Airport, 39 in Wartburg and Morristown. It's 39 in Greenville, while it's 37 in Crossville. If you're on the call and you happen to be up early and you're live streaming with me on YouTube and Facebook, which we're doing, I would love to know what you're seeing. If you probably have a lot of clouds overhead, fear not. For the drive home, I suspect it's going to be nice and sunny. Sunny, yeah, full sunshine, full stop by the time you hit the drive home. But the drive into work, if you're going to work today, isn't necessarily going to be that bright. We'll still have some clouds lingering. That's what I expect to see. It's currently 43 in McMinn County. Shout out to Athens and all those watching nearby. Madisonville, Tellico Plains, 41. And we've got 39 in Jacksboro in Campbell County. Good morning to Campbell County. Got a little note here from Steve Stone. He's always quick on the comment. Love it. He says, good morning, sunshine and a smiley face. I do think you'll get that sun on the second half of the day, but certainly midday it'll be breaking up in a good way. Danny wants to say go Vols. He's got good Thursday morning. He says, hope you have a great day, as to you as well, Danny. And Fred's got a note here. He's got a chilly 42 degrees in Maryville there in Blount County. So it's kind of chilly where he is. Certainly colder than it was yesterday because we got up into the upper 60s. More on that in just a moment. What about visibility? Is it perfect? Is it pristine? Well, maybe not. I mean, we got 10 miles visibility, so fog is probably not an issue. There might be an extra set of clouds there in Sevierville. Their visibility is down to 3 miles, and the wind speeds are at 8 miles an hour. Gusts in the Smokies are less than 20. But you keep that in mind. That brings the wind chill. The wind chill. I mean, we're talking wind chill. I mean, it was just 69 yesterday. I know, but it feels like 37. So even though it's in the low 40s at McGee-Tyson, it actually feels like it's 37. And let's face it, it's all about when you pump gas, you feel it. You know it when you have to fill up your tank. You feel that chill that's in the air. It is currently 39 in Bowling Green, 39 in Memphis. While they're still in the 50s, Columbia, South Carolina, that's where we were yesterday. We were on the warm side of the ledger. Now we're on the cold side. And it's going to stay that way heading into the upcoming weekend. More on that in just a moment. But what about rain? I don't see any. I don't even see snow here, but you have to go all the way up into northern Iowa, northern sections of Illinois, and into parts of Wisconsin. They're dealing with some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings up there. High temperature today will struggle, he says. Struggle to reach 52. If you only hit 51 Oak Ridge, okay. But if you hit 53 in Maryville or 52 Sevierville, that's okay too. It was warmer in some of these areas yesterday. I believe it was 72 in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge yesterday, right at the airport there. So 52 certainly is within reach, but may only reach 47 for Oneida, Scott County, and 47 in Crossville. Those are my expectations today. If you're on the call, I want to say good morning to our Fairfield Glade friend, Karen Robbins. She's also one of my premium members. She says, good morning, David. Looking forward to a sunny day. Won't necessarily start that way, Karen, but I do have hope that the second half of the day will be much brighter for all those who are excited about the sunshine. Because I think, let's face it, it's been gloomy, seems like, for days, at least for days on end. As far as our forecast, a normal high is 50. So if we hit 52, we'll be nudging a slightly above average day. Ultima Adopt the Radar, presented by your local Marco's Pizza, shows nothing to see here. Although given the fact that we did have some rain last night, all that faded before midnight, and most of it's now long gone from view. Marcos.com, if you're looking for a lunch idea, they do deliver. Marco's Pizza has locations in Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville, Fountain City, Halls, and Oak Ridge. They have a location at Middlebrook Pike and Ebenezer Road. They give back to No Kid Hungry. They give back to East Tennessee Children's Hospital, which is also nice. So you have a pizza establishment that's community-oriented. You got to love that. They have a great, magnificent pizza they call the Magnifico for less than $10. Check that out. And if you want to grab something for lunch, I can recommend. My favorite is the pepperoni and sausage Pozzoli for less than $6. It's delicious. They've got 4 different varieties, including just plain pepperoni, buffalo chicken, and Buffalo Chicken Ranch. So Marcos.com if you're interested in some lunch ideas. By the way, the radar is quiet all across the state, but as I mentioned, it's snowing Where? Has winter disappeared, or is it just on vacation? It's on vacation from Tennessee. It's found a new home in a big way in Minnesota and Wisconsin, because those areas in pink, that represents winter storm warning. Are you sure about that? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Marathon County, Wisconsin, winter storm warning. Otter Tail County, Minnesota, love the name, winter storm warning. And some areas in North Dakota, Pierce County, winter storm warning. So they're going to get pounded with snow here while we are just days away from Christmas, and some of that energy is going to slide across the Great Lakes. And if you have travel plans there, it's also very helpful to have the app so you know what's coming your way. But the bigger picture shows it's pretty quiet all across the area. I got a note from Gardner Fritz, also wanting to say happy Thursday, trying to adjust to all these crazy temperature swings. I hope you and your family have a blessed Christmas. I thank you, Gardner, and to you as well, my friend. He's also one of my premium members and a great supporter of Captain Accurate Weather. Got to mention to you that if you're on the road, we do have, obviously, a lot of active weather as far as snow up to the north, but this is also going to have, at least the chill, it's going to have an impact in Ohio in time for Saturday night's game. I'm going to get back to that in a moment. As far as our rainfall, we picked up 0.29. 0.29 was the official amount yesterday. That gives us a grand total of 3.92. So that means we're actually above average for the month so far. I believe we're 0.86 months to date. A month to date is what I'm working at. We're 0.86 above normal for the month, and that puts us about 4 1/3 inches above normal for the year. So how on earth can we be under a drought if we're above average for the entire year? It's just because we had such a long stretch dry weather. You really got to go back to Helene when we had torrential rain, 6 1/3 in September, but it really dried out in October, and that's really what we're trying to make up for lost time, because people like to have rain every so often, and we have very little in the month of October and very little in November as well. Got a couple of notes here I want to share with you. Hey there. Yes, 69 degrees yesterday. Did you call 69? I did. Probably the only one in town. 69.45, high and low. That occurred in the window of time. I said it would occur. I said it's going to happen between noon and 2. If you watched the live stream, you probably remember, yeah, he said noon to 2. It happened at 12:47. It couldn't get much better than that, right in the uprights. Normal high and low is 50 and 32. So obviously at a 52-degree high today, we're going to be slightly above normal, likely in the afternoon. But the record high is 69 today. From 1967, that would have been LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson era, and 1889, which would be Benjamin Harrison. So a long time ago. We're not going to be at 69 today, but we were that yesterday, and we were out of reach. Yesterday's high was 73 from 1924. Record low today is 5. Yes, it's been 5 degrees, 5 days before Christmas, 6 days before Christmas. That was back in 1884 when Chester Arthur was president. So I love to give you perspective. I love to give you context. I love to take notes. But certainly the sunrise this morning, similar to where we were yesterday. Our shortest days of the year are upon us, because Saturday is, in fact, the winter solstice. 7:41, the sun's up, goes to bed, 5:27. And we keep losing seconds to those days until we get to Saturday, and then we'll slowly reverse it and start to add seconds to each day as far as the daylight is concerned. But that doesn't really be noticeable really until you get to spring and, of course, summer. Bus stop forecast for today. We're looking for temperatures in the 40s. They kind of flatline for a little while. But by the time you get to 2, 3, 3:30, we're in the low 50s. Some of us may not get out of the upper 40s, as we've already looked at the expectation on that temperature map. Speaking of temperature, there's the 69. Do you know it was a week ago yesterday we had rain to snow? Rain to snow. Are you sure about that? I am. I mean, if you wanted to see, it's kind of like I went to the beach. It was a low tide in the morning, and the afternoon it was high. Something's wrong with this ocean. No, that's how Mother Nature works, right? And you look at our temperatures. We had a 56-degree temperature on the 11th at midnight. It was raining, and it changed to snow probably between, 7 a.m. and 11 a.m.? There was probably a 3 or 4 hour window we got snow, and some were like, a cause for alarm? Maybe not. Didn't last, right? 0.7 was what we measured, but that was a week ago yesterday. Yesterday, of course, was 69, so we're actually going back and forth like a yo-yo, and that's to the point of Gardner's mentioning about crazy temperatures. By the way, if you want to download the free Captain Accurate Weather app, I have a new version called 6.9.1. It has the 10-day forecast for virtually any city on the planet. That's not hyperbole. You could get it for Tokyo, Japan, London, England. You could get it for Disney World or the tropic, maybe the Caribbean. Maybe you've got a plan this spring or summer. You're going on a cruise. A 10-day forecast helps you plan. It also has 2 days now. 48 hours of hour-by-hour data, improved satellite mapping, power outages, air quality alerts. We've added everything in there. Whole thing is in there. And you get the drought monitor, which is awesome. But whenever there is a bad storm, you like to know where power has been lost. You can do county, you can do state. This is a representation of when Helene hits North Carolina. So there were quite a few power outages at that time. And the drought monitor, which does come out this morning, that's a weekly report, comes out from NOAA. That will be issued at 8:30. So if you have the app, you want to check out the latest drought monitor. But I will caution you, it does not reflect yesterday's rains of 0.29. It will not show that because it stopped the data on Tuesday, process it through the supercomputers, and they put out the report Thursday. So it takes a day or two for them to process that, but it does give you a good indication of where the dryness has been, and that'll be accessible on your phone by 8:30 this morning. It is 6:50. As we know, the Earth is tilted, gives us our seasons. We had nothing to do with that. But 23.5 degrees, the seasons are upon us, my friend. May I say seasons greetings, because we do this in March and June and September with the equinox and the solstices. But this winter solstice happens to occur precisely on Saturday morning at 4:20. Now, I don't expect you to get up. I don't expect you to wake up at 4:20 in the morning, but just know that winter officially, astronomically, starts at 4:20 on Saturday. But until that time, it's got its shortest day of the year. We like to think of it as the longest night in the northern hemisphere because the Earth is tilted away from the sun. Now, as we talk about football for a moment, I've been holding on to this for quite some time. I think I put this out, this original forecast, Saturday. That was like last Saturday for my premium members. I posted it publicly on Sunday, and yes, they're both 10-2. We know that they're an evenly matched set of teams here, but I'm excited about the Tennessee game. It's prime time. It's 8 o'clock Saturday, but it's not here. You got to go to Columbus, Ohio. And boy, is it going to be chilly there. Yes, temperatures will be in the mid-20s to kick off this game, likely ending in the lower 20s, but it's the wind chill that's going to cut right through you if you're not wearing lots of layers. Maybe some good gloves and some hand warmers for the fans, because I don't assume as a fan you're running up and down the field like the players. They'll have their own methodology of staying warm, but partly to mostly cloudy. I don't expect any snow. They might get some before this game on Saturday, but I don't expect them to have any snow during the game. It's going to be quiet. It's just cold. It's so cold. Yeah, we got to learn how to play in the cold. Clouds to sun today. By midday, most of these clouds should be out of here in the full sunshine for the drive home. Tomorrow, I did add a little bit of drizzle for the valley. Possibly some stray flakes, no big deal. It's just a 20% chance. It's because these drops, and essentially flakes, have to go from here to the Smokies. Because if it's a stray flake here, it's just mountain snow flakes in the Smokies. It got at least a 30% chance. Friday afternoon, Friday night, and into Saturday morning. I'm going to show you a representation of that momentarily. But very cold this weekend. We'll be struggling to hit 40. 40 degrees for a high on Saturday and Sunday, and the normal high is 50. So you can do the math. That's 10 degrees colder than normal for both Saturday and Sunday, despite the fact it's quiet weather here. But all eyes will be in Columbus by Saturday night. It's just the way it goes. I want to say hello to Wanda, and Darren is watching. Will Luke is watching. Darcy Soar is watching. Appreciate the comments and I'm able to see from my phone who, in fact, is watching. Now, the snow potential, this is no surprise to my premium members. It's not a big deal, but it will be focused mainly in the Smokies. This takes us through midday tomorrow. And you can see what appears to be 0.1. Well, you mean we're going to get a 1/10 of an inch? Well, hold the phone. Might be a few flurries, maybe mixing in with some raindrops. But most of it's going to find its home in the Smokies, like so. And you can see like Gatlinburg or Ober-Gatlinburg has a better chance of seeing the flakes than we would here in Knoxville. That takes you through 5 o'clock Friday. Friday night usually gets more active. Maybe a few more sightings in Campbell County or even Union County. But I don't expect it to amount to much. And by the time we hit 9 o'clock Saturday morning, it's pretty much played its hand. There's not much more to see here. This may be the last chance you see, or I see, a snowflake before Christmas. Boo! I want a white Christmas. Put it in a jar. Save it. Put it in the freezer. Maybe that'll, and then you can open up on Christmas. Just a suggestion. How about 59? That's the current temperature in Myrtle Beach at the airport. It's 64 in Orlando, but certainly there has to be winter somewhere. Yeah, it's in Minnesota. It's in Wisconsin. We saw that with the snow and the radar. but they're currently at 22 degrees and 20 from Madison to Minneapolis, respectively. It's very cold, and you throw in what would be a very nasty wind chill. Bismarck feels like it's 7, single digits, where you see fuchsia, magenta, or I guess it's a purple color. Yeah, it's purple to me. Anyway, it's very cold up here because they're dealing with single-digit wind chills, and you can have it. Some people love it. I'm not a big fan of the chill, but I love the snow. But you have to pick your favorite type of weather, I guess, this holiday season. Clouds to sunshine today, a cooler afternoon, and if this gives you any indication, if you need to be somewhere at noon, should be around 45. If you need, expect a high temperature at 3 o'clock. I do think it's a 3 p.m. high today, or in that neighborhood of 2 to 3. And then it gets gradually cooler by 5 o'clock. We're in the upper 40s. And by about 7 o'clock, should be about 44 degrees. You got a couple of notes here. Marilyn Bell is here. She's also saying, this up and down weather wreaks havoc on my sinus issues. Oh, my goodness. Well, have a great day and travel safe, everyone. Thank you, Marilyn, for that update. Darcy's on here saying good morning. She's got the classic meteorological term, burr. The temperatures have really dropped this morning. Absolutely. And Felicia Moyer-Sexton, I haven't seen a comment from her in a while. Great to see you, Felicia. She said, good morning. Glad my market on Sunday is indoors at Stanley's Greenhouse. Well, isn't that nice? We need to support you. I appreciate you commenting on that. And Wanda says hello. Good morning. January and February, March can bring some good snow, but no blizzard, she says. No blizzard. Interesting. You had said 8 inches, I think, yesterday. But you want 8 inches without the blizzard. You'll have to go to Dairy Queen, I guess, for that. No, I'm just kidding. But it's good to see you this morning. And I got a nice little note from Karen, liking my red tie. Now, tomorrow I'll have to wear my, not have to, but will be wearing my orange tie for good reason the day before the big game. All right, precipitation chances. We've got a 20% chance now for some drizzle in Knoxville and the surrounding area. Maybe a stray flake, but again, it's not going to get too excited. If you were not too excited about what happened a week ago Wednesday, you're not going to be too impressed with what kind of like a little hiccup comes in, a few flakes, and mainly in the Smokies. That's what we get, but that's where the 20% comes from. And sadly, Wednesday has a 40% chance of rain developing. That's Christmas Day. Boo! You mean it's going to be rainy on Christmas? I wouldn't say rainy, but there will be rain showers. There will be some rain showers, so we'll keep an eye on that, scattered as they may be. By the way, the Storm Prediction Center here at 6:57, highlighting very little in the way of color at all for today. It looks pretty quiet all across the lower 48, although they did have us meaning East Tennessee, or parts of it, under a level 1 isolated marginal risk yesterday. Just not much that came of it. We had some thunder. Friday looks just as quiet here because it gets cold all over the map. So there's not much in the way of thunder or convection, as it were. And so we're looking okay on Friday in terms of severe weather, and there's no risk for severe weather on Saturday. So if you're traveling outside of the cold, there's not much more to be too concerned about. Meanwhile, we look at the futurecast today. Clouds of sunshine. We've got a front that's trying to drive down from Missouri, driving down from Missouri and starts to sweep in here, if not tonight, likely to reinforce tomorrow morning. Now that's 7:15, and it looks like it's on the doorstep of Oneida and Jamestown. And there are some flakes in central Kentucky, it would appear, by early tomorrow morning. Some of that will come down as drops. Some of it will come down as flakes in southeast Kentucky. But by the time we hit the afternoon, it may very well fade and play its hand. Like I said, by 5 o'clock Friday, a lot of it is over in the valley, but still may linger in parts of the Smokies. I don't expect it to be even this aggressive. It's one of those little horseshoe, little hiccups in the big scheme of things. By Saturday, we've got more sunshine. We'll call it hazy sun and clouds. And then Sunday, I have mostly sunny. Both days, Saturday and Sunday, should be around 40 degrees. But by the way, it's 6:58. I want to finish up here on time at the top of the hour. 52 today. If you're just joining us, clouds of sunshine, and the clouds will likely break up, especially through midday, and give us full sunshine for the drive home. A cooler afternoon because it's nowhere near the 69 we had yesterday in Knoxville. Now, we may reach only 51 for Oak Ridge. You may struggle to get to 49 if you're in La Follette. That's okay. It's one of those little, like a dichotomy where it splits a little bit west. It's northwest, it's in the 40s. Southeast, it's in the low 50s. But generally, we're around 52 degrees in Knoxville. For today, a 53 high in Chattanooga, 58 in Atlanta. If you're headed east to Charlotte, there'll be around 54 and 50 in Memphis. Here we look at tonight's forecast. It's cold, down to 35. We'll go from partly to mostly cloudy skies because we're going to end the day with full sunshine. We'll start the reversal. We'll bring back more clouds and some fog. But I think we're down to 35 degrees first thing tomorrow morning. And you should be below freezing, he says. Below freezing if you're in Oneida, in Sunbright, Wartburg, Crossville, or even Lake Tansy. Fairfield Glade should be around 30 tomorrow morning, while it's 33 in Sevierville, Pigeon Forge. That's my expectation for low temperatures tonight. Here's your Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast with for the 7-day forecast with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in view. You like that? There's Santa's kicking down the chimney there. 46. I did revise Friday a little bit cooler at 46, but with those afternoon drops of rain, some stray flakes, don't be alarmed. It'll pass pretty quickly. By Saturday, we have our official start of winter, and suddenly it begins to feel like winter because Saturday night we're down to 21. 21, man. Yeah, the normal low is 30. The normal low is 32. So we're going to be about 11 degrees below normal on Sunday morning, which is essentially Saturday night. But it really arrives by sunrise on Sunday. 46 on Monday, 48 for Christmas Eve, and then maybe a few rain showers developing. That's the key word. Doesn't necessarily mean it's raining when you wake up to open up presents. So we'll keep an eye on that forecast and fine-tune it later today. Very thankful for all of you. If you have another comment, I would love to say hi to you. I got another note from Wanda. She says, she put it out here. She says, David, will you be on anytime next week? No, it's Christmas, but check it. I'll have my normal schedule. There might be a day or two, like Christmas Eve. I'll still work in the morning. But Christmas Day, yeah, I'm going to spend that time with my family and celebrate the holiday like many of you. But I will update with individual posts as needed. No question about that. By the way, if you want to join us on YouTube, maybe you're on YouTube just as much as you are on Facebook. Here's the address, the URL, youtube.com/@CaptainAccurate. It's free to join the YouTube channel. The subscription is a nice convenience if you prefer that platform at times. You'll get the same content that you get here on Facebook. By the way, Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic has all the National Weather Service alerts. I talked about the new update. If you haven't allowed this update to come on your phone, I hope you will. It's free. You get 3 special alerts from Barron, which is all about critical weather intelligence. They're the ones that engineer the app. Plus, you get lightning alerts, power outages, the whole 9 yards. By the way, the premium service, which is on Facebook and only on Facebook at this time, the Winter Weather Outlook, you can see here, is a video actually I put out back on the 28th of October. I said we would be off to a fast start. We are off to a fast start. I don't know if you know this, but 7 of the last 10 Decembers have been warm. And so far, we've been off to a cold start. It's likely to go back to the cold now. Now we're heading back into the cold. It's like a little cycle, but keep in mind there's a lot more predictions that were made on this video that you might want to check out if you decide to join us even for a while, because I have some that join us just during the winter months. If you are a premium member, you're the first to see my snow forecast. The URL to join us is there on your screen, but it's also easy just to hit the subscribe button at the top of my Facebook post. First to see every forecast, usually 30 minutes, sometimes an hour or 2 hours. On weekends, you get a little preview before it's posted on the app. And before we go beyond the next 7 days, we've been looking at New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and well into January. And I think the expectation is growing because a lot of my premium members who love cold weather and snow have some reasons to be excited. By the way, more Facebook Lives, fewer ads. If you're a premium member, just join us. It's only $4, 99 cents a month. That's the price, or probably less than the price of a cup of coffee for the entire month, which averages out to about 16 cents a day. We'd love to have you join us. Come on in and sample us. We'd love to have you. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.